Well, I am gutted. Reason being, I have to send the tent back.
Well, that was the plan anyway. But then I stopped and thought about it. Over the last year, this tent has been with me through freezing temperatures.
Oh my god, that's how cold it is.
700-year-old ruins.
Oh my word.
Oh, that's creepy. Storms.
And it's coming down heavy as you can hear it.
And father and son adventures. So before I sent it back, I asked myself one question. Do I feel... No, that's a film. Has this tent earned a place in my kit? Around a year ago, Terra Nova got in touch and asked if I would like to spend the next 12 months properly putting the Wild Country Helm Elite 2 through its paces. They weren't after a quick first impressions, and neither was I. The plan was simple. Take it out on real adventures and use it in real conditions, and then after a year, give my honest opinion.
Heavy rain. Real heavy rain. And I think something has happened to the tarp. Yeah, it's held, but it's just collapsed down with the weight of the water.
So that was a rain test. We were up in Scotland last year and we stayed there for 3 days. And the first night, it absolutely battered it down. So it wrecked the tarp, and luckily we were all nice and safe inside the Helm Elite 2. Dry as a bone and unscathed. It didn't take very long at all before things started to stand out. The first was just how easy it was to live with. The pitching was quick, but not this quick. This is on fast forward. The layout immediately made sense. The porch gave me enough room for cooking and storing gear without feeling cramped, but more importantly, I found myself concentrating less on the tent and more on enjoying the trip.
That's good.
All right, yeah.
One of the first things I appreciated was just how much little room it took up in the backpack. On longer walks, every bit of weight matters, and it left space for bits of kit that really improve a camp. Right, I'm going to do one of these motivational speeches now. Trust isn't built in a weekend. It's built one camp at a time. One early morning, one long walk, one cold night, one more journey where everything simply works. Somewhere along the way, I stopped reaching for the Helm Elite because I was reviewing it, and started to reach for it because I trusted it.
Have a look outside, see what it's doing, and then make a move.
Terra Nova's Elite fabric deserves a mention because, after a year's use, I think it struck a really nice balance. It's a lightweight 20D double ripstop nylon with silicone and polyurethane coating. My gosh, that's a mouthful. But what matters to me wasn't the specifications, it was how it behaved. It kept the overall weight down without ever making me feel like I needed to baby it.
Well, first of all, what a lovely tent, that's what I can definitely tell you.
The fly sheet is rated at 4,000 isostatic. Right, this is going to be a laugh because I can't actually say this word. The fly sheet is rated at 4,000 hydrostatic head. Did it? And the ground sheet is 5,000. Those are just numbers until you actually really camp in it. But what I can honestly say is that I have never had the fly sheet or the ground sheet let me down yet.
We've got 2 big pockets on either side and door pockets as well. And we've got a little loop door on it on the other side. Again, put all your gear in there. Ah, it's nice and light as well, isn't it?
Right, okay guys, I have got a little bit of transparency here. The one thing that I can't honestly comment on is how these poles would cope in a full-on mountain storm, simply because I haven't put them through that. What I can say is that after a year's worth of regular camping, repeated pitching and packing away, they're still as straight and reliable as the first day I unpacked the tent.
So we're pitched.
The build quality has impressed me throughout. Nothing has worked loose, nothing has failed, and everything still feels as solid today as it did on the very first camp. Another thing I like is that Terra Nova haven't just focused on making the tent lighter. They've also thought about the environmental impact. The fabrics are made from using recyclable materials, they're completely PFC and PFAS free, and the solution dyed fabric uses a lot less water in production. It's not something that you'd notice when you're out camping, but it's good to know that those changes have been made without compromising performance I've experienced over the last year. Right, okay, here's one for you. I've genuinely spent a bit of time thinking about this section because every tent has a compromise. But after going back through all my footage, I've realised something. At no point did I finish a trip wishing I'd brought a different tent. Now that doesn't mean that this tent is perfect, it simply means for the way I camp, it's become the right tent. One thing I've always promised on this channel is that I'll only work with brands and products that I genuinely believe in. That's why you'll often see the same gear appear again and again throughout my adventures. Yeah, can get a tad boring, but you always know that the gear is genuine and I trust it. Because if I don't trust it, it simply does not make it onto the channel. But every now and again, a piece of gear comes along that goes one step further. Not because it was sent to me, not because someone asked me to use it, but because after a year of relying on it, I simply don't want to be without it. After 12 months, hundreds of miles, countless of nights outdoors, the Helm Elite 2 became one of those pieces of kit. So no, I won't be sending it back. I've decided to buy it.
Highly recommend it. If you are looking for a two-person tent, a true two-person tent that's sturdy, reliable and roomy, then I would seriously consider having a look at the Helm 2 Elite by Wild Country and Terra Nova.